Welcome to another episode and video on my walking robot Mirft2 based on the fischertechnik TXT controller. Last time I ended with some measuring and I did not get the results that I liked. So right now I have made some changes in the setup. First of all, I am going to use the default firmware only. Maybe later on community firmware. Apart from that, the signals are for these probes from the motors, and these one are from the pulse counters. So these are outgoing and these are incoming, and I hope that the settings are alright for these. So motors and incoming pulses. That said, last time I also fixed this, and the question is, will this hold? I don't know. So first of all, let's see if the controller functions, and for that to happen I have to first connect it to the battery and then power it up. And with the probes blocking the view, it's not easy to see, but unfortunately this is the only way I can connect the probes. That is to say, I hope this one is connected correctly. I think so. One thing that immediately shows is that this line is up. Why is it up? And this is the pulse counter for one of the for the second motor. Now this is strange already. Let me see what happens, but in order for that to happen I have to connect. Yes, I am connected, that's good. And now probably I will have to adjust the known hosts for SSH. Yes, I thought I would. The problem is that the default firmware only broadcasts one address. You can't adjust it to your network, which with the community firmware you can. So the fingerprint for my discovery model and the Mirft2 model are different when with respect to the default firmware. So now I have to go here, delete and save, and now it will probably work. Yes, I want to continue. Now yes, I'm in. Now I'm going to do the same right here. I'm in. So this is what is going to happen, and now I want to see some nice signals. What I expect is pulse modulation here, pulse modulation here, and some counters. So if you have seen my videos on the Mirft2 before, then you know that I frequently have to support it by hand. Right now I will just put my hand under it in case the rattling here takes precedence. So let's see whatever happens. I give enter. Well, I did hear sound, but I can't say I did see pulse modulation. Okay, once again. I don't see anything at all. At least not here. Alright, that means that I am going to check some settings. First of all, is this correct? I think so. Shine a better light. Then this one, is this one correct? Because I really expect to see a signal, and right now I don't see anything. Alright, these are connected because these crocodile ground pigs are connected here to the ground. These have the crocodile beaks connected to the ground here as well. And if I this looks nice enough, and this is the only one that gives a signal, strangely enough. But I notice a big problem right now, a rather big problem even, because one of the wires is stuck and that should not be. So let me see what is happening. Yeah, right. It has gone through the gear. Alright. That's never good. And I have pulled out one of the wires, also never good. So you can't be too careful, it turns out. So this one I have to fix right now. And let's throw it a bit more. That's better. Carefully put it in, that it stays in. and fix it again. So now I have to take care that the wire stays in somehow, and the question is how to do that. That is a very good question right now. This one, it's not hard to connect, but this one is. So I have to make up a way to do that, and in the meantime wonder why this one doesn't show anything. Probably settings anyway. So yeah, let me think. Well, I fixed it, I think, temporarily, with a wire here coming from the first pulse counter. The crocodile beaks are now more inside, so that won't come into the gear. Something else that happened was that the controller went power off for some reason, so I have somehow to connect again. It is connected. See, now I get a response. Annoying that I have to do here as well. And with the default firmware there's no such thing as a secret password. Anyway, let's put my hand under it and see whatever happens. Now this is interesting to see. These are the counts. What is also interesting to see, but not expected, is this, because here I expected to see something like pulse modulation, and I see only very high bars or lines. So why is that? By the way, I noticed that apparently when I power up the oscilloscope it reverts to setting microseconds, so I had to set it back to milliseconds. So now it's 5 milliseconds, which is a frequency of 200 Hz. Apart from that, why doesn't it work? It doesn't show like pulse modulation in that sense. So what if I change the setting? To, for example, 20 milliseconds. No, not too far. 10 milliseconds, let's start with that. No. No, wait. What am I doing here? I need this to be 5 volts. Alright, I need to change this setting. How many milliseconds? 1/10 of a volt. No, just 100 milliseconds. 1/10 of a second. What does this do? Ah, see. To 2/10 of a second. So what if I go the other way around? Because I want to see this correctly. So 5 milliseconds. Let's say 1 millisecond. And I still do not see pulse width modulation here. So what's wrong with my setting? Very good question, which I cannot answer right now. With the setting of 500 milliseconds, half a second, trying again, see whatever happens. Oh, and by the way, I had to replace the battery. And if you've seen my videos before, then you know that with a very slight battery decrease load of say half a volt, it already goes. So at least in my case. So here you can already see what is happening, kind of. So let's see further. And why is this happening right now? Again, this is not what I expect to see from pulse width modulation. Not at all. So let me get back to five milliseconds. Or should I actually go further back? 1 millisecond. See whatever happens then. Quite curious. This is just one high signal. And if I recall the latest test with the Discovery riding robot, I did get nice signals, very nice signals even. So what's the difference? Unfortunately I can't test with the community firmware right now. I have a problem with the SD memory card, but this doesn't make sense anyway. Let's yeah, I have to log in here again because of the battery change. So what is going on now? Why can't I do anything? I am connected. I am still connected. Let me I lost contact. I completely lost contact. That's not good. So let me move it a bit. It's still on, but even when I here press on sound, it did produce a sound, but it doesn't do anything. Contacting here, yes, I'm connected. Alright, let me open another terminal and see if I can connect. I can't connect. That means that the SSH, the DHCP server has gone. I have to shut it down manually and reconnect. This is something I do not like at all. This is considered not an oops but an oh shit. What does it do? Right. Booting again. Let's see what happens. Alright. Restarted rebooted the controller. So let's see if it is connected. Yes, it has connected again. What happens here? It's off. It has gone off again. A rather fresh loaded battery, and it goes off. And I consider that again an oh shit. Now these signals while booting I know by now. Let's watch closely on what happens. Alright, it is off. There it goes. So what do I do now? The only thing I can do now is verify its voltage, because it was a freshly loaded battery. So let me do just that. Yes. I have to take a multimeter. and it will be an analog one. Setting it to, let's say, 30 volts, direct current. So let's move this one here, and here I have the multimeter. First, checking the battery I already replaced. It's close under 9 volts. Now let's measure the current one. Even less. So what if I replace the batteries again? This is not going to work. So and then the leg comes off, which is not the intention at all. And a wire comes away right here, but first I have to replace a battery. And this one that was in first has a higher voltage and higher load than the other one. Now this one is not connected yet, but let's first see if this is going to do anything anyway. If not, I'm done. I'm fricked. Alright, let me see if I can find if the third battery pack that is in store is still working with a high enough voltage. Final part of this video, battery number 3, and I am connected. So let's see how long this one lasts. And still, what I wanted to do is to check for the code, because where's the pulse width modulation here, or the signaling anyway? I with the latest check on the Discovery robot, which also has this controller, I get a very nice signal here, other than just a high line. Why don't I get that here? What's the problem? And it's a very small program, and it is exactly set as it should be, so nothing to see here. Timing is set to 1 millisecond. So let's do just one more test or something like that. Fully lifted again. Now let's put it back on the oscilloscope to the setting it should have. Five milliseconds. 0.005 seconds. What does it do? Let's just see. Well, there's nothing to see because the controller is off again. So let me measure this one. Whatever happens, a measuring of, oh wait, should that be the case? Just a wire gone off. Who knows? Alright, controller is on. Now let's wait for the DHCP to come on. Yes, there it is. There it is. Yes. Right. One more time. I hope. The only thing I can tell right now is that it gives some signal. Timing shows something odd. Counters work, but end oddly. So what's up? I really can't figure it out right now. Let me, for completeness, check the battery, which is right now 9 volts. If consistent, it will go out soon, and it already is. It just went offline. This is not nice at all. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Like it. On Instagram, follow and like. On Twitter, follow, retweet and like. Please donate to keep the videos coming. More information on our website with lots of other information, and this is going to be continued. Bye bye.